Senior suit, reader.
Yes. You're welcome.
Okay, good morning, everyone. We're gonna get going. We do have quite a few issues once again to cover this month. Seems to be a common theme. But before I get into our regular meeting and approval of minutes, I'm gonna turn it over to Sari.
Okay, good morning. We're gonna open the governance committee meeting, and I will start with a motion to accept the minutes from October 9th. Dave, Kevin, thank you. We reviewed the, just a reminder, the financial disclosures are all due by this Friday, I believe. Okay, so, yes, this Friday. So for all board members, as a reminder, please have them completed and notarized and mailed back. And we have notary here. If anyone needs it. On governance committee charter and the bylaws, I've talked to Chris. Chris, I'll turn it over to you.
Yes, thank you. Thanks, Sarah. So as you already mentioned, the annual Albany County financial disclosures are due on the 15th. So, and again, if you need, there are a number of members on staff here at the authority that have notary. If you need assistance with that, and also as Jen Munger does every year, sends out the prepaid envelope, and we're happy to deliver that and compile everything for you as well if you'd like to be here today. As to review of the governance committee charter, that is also in your agenda as item number 3. We do have at least two governance committee meetings a year. As Sarah just noted, the last one was held in October of 2024. This time, a review of the governance committee charter has been done. There are any recommendations to make changes by the ABO, the Authority's Budget Office. So I'm proposing that the committee establish that they've reviewed the charter, and until such time as we're going to amend it, we're adopting the same.
You want a motion on that, Chris?
Yes, that would be nice.
Have a motion to approve the Kevin, Steve, thank you.
Moving on to item number 4, review of the bylaws, which is also attached in your packet. Recently amended in December of 2020. At this time, there aren't any recommendations for change, but it's certainly open to review at any time. It is under the specific authority of the governance committee to review and make recommendations for changes to the bylaws.
Chris and I usually meet during to review and discuss any changes. But our ad hoc committees, those things are not impacted by it, so we're good to go. Motion on that one too. May I have a motion to adopt? Kevin, Steve. Any other questions for the committee? I'll take a motion to close our governance committee. Steve? Kevin. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
We'll continue with our regular monthly meeting, starting with approval of minutes. Tom? Second. JR? All in favor?
Aye.
Usually don't have a lot of remarks, but today is a kind of special day. Not really good special, but today is Chairman Tom Nardacci's last day on our board. Through the last 2 years, Tom has been quite a bit busier with his new CEO job, which the board is very happy to hear, was happy to hear, and he's doing a terrific job with the food bank, and you know, doesn't come unexpectedly to any of us. Tom is a great leader and has done many great things during his career. And you know, we understand that this time that he has to commit to this very important position, you know, kind of takes him away a little bit from what he's able to do here. You know, although we're very sad to see you go, you've been an integral part of our board. We've done a lot, especially in the last couple of years, and Tom's been right at the forefront in all those efforts and support of the entire board. So again, you know, sad to see you go, but very happy for your current career and in the direction it's going, and we wish you all the best. And I'd like to say a few words, Tom.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. I appreciate it, Mr. Chairman. You know, when I took the job at the food bank, I told my board that hired me that, you know, I was on a few boards that I would unwind my commitments to other organizations, knowing how busy this food bank job is. And, you know, right now, things couldn't be busier. You know, the charitable food system is as, you know, kind of challenged as it's ever been. Last year, we distributed more pounds in our history, except for 2020. So the need is as high as ever. So the work is as busy as ever. I'm really sad to leave this board. I've been on a lot of boards in my career. This board is the best board I've ever been on. I mean, this group is an amazing group. You know, listen, we did a lot of work with a lot of calls, a lot of messages, a lot of collaboration, and it's just a really good group. I appreciate all of you, and really appreciate the work. And I love being involved there. I love this place, and I've got to really feel lucky I've had a chance to get insiders like this, and really to the team here, you know, the leadership, you know, Peter, John, and everyone that's been here for a long time, your careers. I mean, we appreciate everything. I hope that you felt that from this board, that everything that you all do. Yeah. And to the legislature, you know, I appreciate Jordan Feeney, your support of me, you know, the whole so I'm very grateful. It's bittersweet, sure, Sam, but you know, I missed some meetings, I missed some time because of, you know, the work that I have to do. And I have to leave early at 10 because I have a press conference. I was debating, I gotta be here, but yeah, we have other things to do. So thank you. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Okay, let's continue with communications from the CEO, Peter.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Tom, I've known you a long time, and we'll miss you. And thank you very much for your contributions to this board. I know you've always been there to offer support. Your communications is your area. You've given us a lot of support in that area. So, and a heartfelt thank you to all that. But we'll see you around. You're only about a quarter mile away, around the corner.
Thanks, Pete.
Yeah, thank you. A lot of, I don't want to steal John or John's or the rest of the crew's thunder, but a lot's going on with construction. John will tell you about the areas that are substantially complete and being delivered according to the phasing plan. John will tell you about the concrete that's being poured today. John will tell you about the, I don't know which John, I won't say that. The window, the glass, what are they called? Curtain walls, yeah, that's the term of art. The roof, and John will tell you about that as well. Also, if you happen to be in baggage claim, there's another window there that'll show you the construction from a different perspective, and that's where the bank of new escalators are going to go. So, aside from all of that exciting news, we have a new director of communications. We got almost 200 resumes. We interviewed several people who were all well qualified, but I think the cream rose to the top. Sari helped us with that, and we appreciate your help because that was real work. It wasn't just show work. And Chris Quinn also put a lot of time into that. We have Matt Hunter here. Matt, if you could stand up and introduce yourself, we appreciate it.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for that introduction. Peter says, my name is Matt Hunter. I know I got a chance to meet a lot of you, sort of rapid fire introductions before the meeting. Working on remembering those names. I'm not going to say I have them all committed to memory just yet, but I just view this as very appreciative of this opportunity to be here and to join this team. Very exciting to see there is a lot of great things happening here with the construction and I know of a lot of other areas. So I'm very excited. I think my background lends itself nicely here, and I'm just excited to help start sharing the story of this airport and everyone here. If anyone has any ideas, how I can do my job effectively and better, I'm welcome to any and all feedback and advice you can offer. But I guess my real message today is just thank you. And I'm very excited. So I look forward to working with all of you.
Thank you, Matt. And that's the end of my report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Peter. And Matt, welcome.
Thank you.
We did get a chance to see a resume and hear great things about you from Peter, from Sari, who were part of the hiring process or vetting process. So we're excited to start working.
Thank you so much.
On to our Chief Financial Officer, Margaret.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chief Operating Officer, John.
I'm just gonna stay home. Taking home today. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to begin by talking about our purchasing department issued a request for qualifications under the leadership of Bobby Matthews. And this was for a design engineer for our parking. As you know, that Park Ride and Fly has terminated its business, and that put a great influx of parkers here at the airport. So what we've been doing over the last month is looking for spaces for individuals to park. We don't want to ever run out of parking. We have the short-term, long-term, 2 garages and E-lot. So what we're doing is we're focusing on a short-term solution. Very quickly, we issued a time. We asked the engineer to advance on a time card basis, a very small contract to move forward. But what we will be doing next month will be coming to the board with a larger contract, lump sum fee contract to develop E-lot. E-lot has, I don't recall exactly how many numbers of parkers can park out there. But it's in the well above thousands. So we'll be remodeling that to make a more efficient E-lot parking facility, and also improve our customer experience overall. So that's what we'll be bringing to the board in June. Now on with the construction. Well, here's E-lot right here, and you can see how it has more than main feed through, but there's a lot of ancillary lots, and we're trying to combine all those into one cohesive, easy to navigate driving experience for our travelers. So onto the construction, and we'll see how Dave Monteverdi does. We're pleased to state that we've have substantial completion in the 3 areas: the travel, the sensory room, and the children's area. And so this is right here is the sensory room, the children's play area. To the left is the sensory room, I believe. Yes, it is. And it's not completely done because the airport has to add some built-in features and some things that we've purchased, which will be added into that. Kathy Greenwood is heading up that initiative to bring this all together. But it's a very unique space, and I welcome you all to go down there and visit it. It's very modernistic. They actually, the glass has this opaque surface. It's a very calming place. And to the right is the children's play area. And there, Kathy Green has to begin adding the artwork. We're done with the construction in these areas. And the last one is the Traveler's Lounge. So here's the Traveler's Lounge. We haven't added the furniture. I see some tape on the wall there. That's because they're waiting for the glue to dry for the corner element there. So, but it's got the carpet in, it's ready for the furniture. There's only one feature that needs to be completed, and that's in the conference room. There's a light fixture that's very, very unique. It's been delayed a couple or 3 weeks. We'll install that immediately, but we'll be looking for a COs for these areas. We can actually start the application today because we are substantially complete with those areas. So next is phase two. Phase two is the baggage claim and the ticketing area. We're working with the airlines and rental cars to get to turn those around, replace those. That will entail some coordination with the contractor and the airlines so we don't disrupt their operations. And phase three is the departure hall. And we're very pleased, and John will get in a lot of detail about the crane and what's going on there. A new crane, a large crane will be delivered today. And they're going to start placing the curtain wall. Curtain wall, about a 3-week project. So next board meeting, when you come to the airport, you'll see it's going to look totally different. The roof was delayed because of the rain of the last week, but that's going to start this week. So we got the curtain wall going up, we have the roof going on, and all the slabs will be poured this week. There's a pumper out there today. We'll be pouring one of the last 3 small slab sections. So we're making good progress on that, and we will be open by November 1st. That's our milestone for half of the departure hall will be open so that individuals can go up the escalator, go through the checkpoint on the second. And the last thing I want to mention is that over the last month, we've been working with Breeze Airlines. We've got the office ready, we have the ticket counter ready, we have John and company painted the tarmac with the lead-in lines go. That's all ready for them. So they'll be arriving on May 19th training. Once again, they have the Charleston flight and Raleigh-Durham flight to show. We're looking forward. So that's my report. If you have any questions,
What date are they?
they start June 5th. And then that's the Charleston flight. And then Raleigh-Durham is June 13th.
What gate?
Gate is C1.
You know?
C1, yes. And that's sort of a common use gate that we're using. So they'll share with the fellow. But they don't conflict at all. That even in the evenings, JetBlue use that. They use that as let's say, called an RON, remains overnight, and they lease that because they have 2 aircraft sitting. So it's a busy gate.
Any other?
For John?
Thank you, John. All right. Now, go to Margaret.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning. These are our results for March. Our monthly employments are good. We're on the budget. When I see April's employments, I don't even want to give it away, but I think I don't even want to give a number because what I'm seeing is a little high. I'd be happy with that. Next, we have our FBO gallons. They're pretty much in line with budget. It always fluctuates with weather, activities, and next we have operating revenues. You're gonna see a little move this month. February was high. We had a lot of ice events at the FBO for de-icing activities. We had a lot of de-icing revenues in February and nothing in March. So that's what kind of happened. We all had it all in February. Next slide is great. It's parking revenues flowing. $400,000 average above budget every month. Same for April was $500,000 budget. Good numbers. Rental car revenues are tracking ahead of budget. Operating expenses are falling on budget. Little variance, but they're on budget. This just shows our operating net profit airport and the FBO. Year-to-date operating expense or operating revenues are ahead of budget. Operating expenses, I had to change the line to a dotted line for the budget so you can see our expenses are right in budget. On our line of credit draws, this is where we are today, outstanding $8.6 million. I just did another draw this morning of 1.3. Now you can see all the dates of the activity and the line of credit. These are our airline flights for this week. It's kind of an average week. Next month, when I present this, we'll be happy to show Breeze on the schedule. And lastly, our airline use agreement, waiting for our attorneys to give us the final red line. It's all to the airlines for their final comments. That's all I have. Any questions?
Questions, Margaret? Thank you. Project development, John and Matt.
So thank you, Mr. Chairman. Main terminal, as John O'Donnell alluded to, there's roof work. They got delayed. The materials here, so we're ready to start that. There'll be a large crane coming in. It'll be up about 150, 160 feet in the air to set the curtain walls. It has to reach over the top. So you're going to see that action going on. That'll be going on for 3-4 weeks. We're going to be setting ductwork. We've got some air handlers. We have a new chiller coming in. That'll be delivered later this week. I don't think we're going to put it on the roof yet, but it's coming. So we'll get that in and get that installed fairly soon. Additionally, you'll see concrete pours. You're going to see cones scheduled to go in and do the new escalator trusses. They have to get those in at the end of the month. So they'll go in and put those in. So, and again, at the lower window, you'll be able to see them prepping the pit and everything else. You go to that lower window on the first floor by Dunkin' Donuts, you'll see that. So either one of the windows, you can see quite a bit of action happening, which would be nice to watch, be able to watch that. So that's ongoing. So that's main terminal.
Concourse A, and I can see from this photo, main work right now. This is level 2, looking from where the new gates would be. Soffit work. That's pretty much we're closing everything in. So we're finishing soffits, taping, and sanding all the walls and soffits on level 1 as well. The main work on the inside that you would see if you walk down today, down the Concourse A walkway, window side, we'll be finishing the terrazzo work this week. And then we'll adjust the temporary walls and we'll flip over to do the other side. So that's on the inside. On the outside, the main work, we finished the apron. They're saw cutting and caulking today. Glass walls in, edge lighting on the wall. They're finishing up, and which leads into the big news that we needed. VRH is on site today to remove A6. The crane will be here tomorrow, and the new jet bridge will be here tomorrow. So A6 will be moving forward this week with A1 and A2, the 2 new jet bridges. Concourse A will be followed next week. Those are scheduled to be on site for the 21st. And B6, the last bridge, will be the week after that, right at the 28th. So we are moving forward on jet bridge project, and Concourse A is moving well.
So the elevators, 9, 10, 11, the number 11 has been started. There's an enclosure built on the second floor by Southwest. They've just about completed the rip out on that. All the new equipment is here. So they're working, starting probably midweek. They'll be in there starting to install the new hanger beams, the new equipment way up on the ceiling, above the ceiling, and get that in. And then that'll be ongoing. After that, we'll set up to do elevator number 9.
Building 79, we are in good shape. We just got to finalize with National Grid. We have everything together. Just I have a call with them later this week. Once that's packaged together, make sure we're on the same page. We'll go out to bid. We'll work with Jen and Bobby to get a date, but assuming right now, sometime in June, this project will go out.
And the runway. So actually, work has started on the runway last week. DLC is the subcontractor to Colony, and they had to go out and start removing all the runway in pavement lights, which there's 340. So there's quite a few to be removed. They're getting about 50, 60 a night, so it won't be an issue getting that done. May 27th is still the date, right? The day after Labor, day after Memorial Day, we're going to get in there, shut the runway down, and for 12 days and stay shut, mill, fill, and we'll get going on that. I've been working with Callahan, they're ready to go. They've got everything set. Ahead of time, what they're going to do is part of the taxiway C area where it's a no man's zone. Sometimes they're going to do their test strip in there to have that done, so they're done ahead of time, ready to go. So when the 27th hits, rain, shine, we're ready to go. We're going to go. So it'll be quite the project. As far as the perimeter road part of this, with all the rain last week, we've had. It's very wet in it, so we're going to back that off a little bit. I've also had a couple of conversations with Corps of Engineers. I haven't quite secured my wetland permits, But in conversation with Callahan, it's not an issue. They're willing to come back in the fall and just make it happen. So that'll be good. We'll still get our perimeter road. That's what we. So the GA apron, we're working on final plans on that. We're getting that ready to bid. The FAA kind of threw us a monkey wrench and wants us to bid it a little bit earlier. So we're going to have a bid in June so that we can have final bid prices for the FAA by the end of June. So the board will see this in June. You'll see the bids coming in. But to do that, the FAA's looking to give us discretionary funds rather than use all our entitlement money. We use just this year's entitlement and pick up about another $6 million in discretionary. So we're really pushing to get that. Going.
Should say fuel farm.
Oh, fuel. Okay, yeah. All right. Fuel farm. I've been in contact with United Fire Suppression System. They have submitted all their shop drawings to Rand Engineering, where they're being reviewed. They'll be sent back. In the meantime, the pieces that they do that are standard for them, the tanks and pressure tank, are being fabricated as we speak. So we're still looking this fall to get that done. So for the winter, we'll be ready to go. Shaker Road. So it's out to bid.
It's still on the paper.
It's out to bid. And actually, I've been talking with the county. They're actually going to follow us and do all the 4 intersections from where we stop, Heritage Lane, Albany, Waterloo Shaker Road, and then the 2 ones by the jail. And out. They're going to do all 4 of those intersections at one time. They're going to fix all their traffic signals. So that should alleviate a lot of problems with the on-demand system. So they're following us up on that. So we get that out to bid, get ours going. They're going to bid theirs probably the following month to get it going. So it'll be good. The common grounds, as you know, they're doing a heck of a stroke of business, aren't they, Mark? There you go. And that's it for us. Happily take any questions.
Okay, any questions for John or Matt? Seeing none. Thank you. Move on to Council Chris.
Thank you, Chairman. Board. I would update you on the governance committee and what we did there. But I don't remember the present, so thank you. Otherwise, I don't have anything for the public facing.
Thank you. Concessions Ambassador Helen.
Good morning. On the concessions workforce, we have 126 employees with 60% minority representation. With our concession revenue for March on the 3 major contracts, we took in $1.4 million and came to 1175 for employment, which is very good. Quickly to our ambassador side of things, we have our tour business is going to be picking up. And we'll have tours coming from disability services out of Catskill and Kingston, East Greenbush Schools, New Albany Exchange students, and Bethlehem seniors, and more to come. Our hours that were volunteered in March was 871, and over 7,000 personal assists, and the K9 program, of course, is going very strong, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Helen? Seeing none, thank you. And last but certainly not least, art and culture. Kathy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everybody. In preparation for the terrazzo flooring being laid in Concourse A, I'm going to be removing 6 exhibitions and a large-scale sculpture this week, so that the terrazzo preparation can move from the window side of Concourse A to the other side. So that's going to occupy this week for me. I'm also preparing to open a new exhibition on the other side, on the window side, of a contemporary artist, Mara Baldwin, with an exhibition that will open May 30th. And it's the focus is on her body of work that we're going to be showing is about summer camp. So I'll have some photos to share with you all at the next meeting, but it should be a big hit with our travelers over the summer. It's lovely. I am working on the children's play area. We're getting toward the end of that process, which is really exciting. The artists and the organizations that are involved, fabricators, are all on track for end of June installation for that area. We're moving ahead with that. It's very exciting. As John mentioned, I'm also working on putting the finishing touches on the sensory room. Some final elements to be included in that room. So the end is in sight on some really key areas that I think will be really wonderful features for the public over the summer. And that's all I have. I'll take any questions.
Just one quick question. On the exhibits that you are making room for the flooring in Concourse A, are they being returned to their homes?
Yes,
You told me, I just don't recall.
sure. These are satellite exhibitions that feature museums and cultural organizations in the area. And so all of those organizations are retrieving their materials, and there are new exhibitions in development that will probably open in the fall after that area is all restored and the exhibitions are full.
So those partnerships maintained and you'll be getting new.
Yes, there are 5 new organizational partnerships that have been established, and those organizations are working toward new exhibitions. So those are new works. Great, thank you.
Questions for Kathy? Okay, thank you. Let's move right on to the action items. 10.1, Chris.
A request for a lease of 78 Sticker Road with Global Aviation Services, with the DBA and Prime Flight, ground service type services for the airport and some of our airline tenants. This will be again space that's located at 78 Sticker Road. An annual lease rate of $52,041. And this is going to be for an initial 1-year lease with an option to renew for 1 5-year period. So I seek your approval.
Questions? Motion. Tom, second Sherry, all in favor? Hey, 10.2, Chris.
This is it goes hand in hand with 10.1. 10.2 is approval of an operating permit at aviation to provide maintenance services to Southwest Airlines. This will be for a period to commence on May 15th, because the relationship is really the underlying relationship is with Southwest. It runs with their use and lease agreement with the airport. So that's why you see that expiring at the earliest of December 31st, 2026, or Prime Flight's agreement with Southwest, or the agreement with Southwest and the authority. So that's what we're seeking at this time. What we require of any one of our permits for an underlying airline agreement is a 5% revenue from gross revenue generated from Southwest at the airport, along with any other appropriate terms and conditions. Margaret can speak more fluently about that 5% if you have questions about it, but otherwise that is the standard operating permit that we here.
Questions? Motion. Tom, motion. Second Sherry, all in favor?
Thank you.
Hey, 10.3, Margaret.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Authorization to request to purchase 4 light towers to be used in parking lots. If you recall, a few months ago, we did purchase 4. We're looking for 4 more. With the closure of Park and Fly, we're reaching out into more remote spots of the ELOT. Just want to be able to make sure we have good lighting, and also with some employee parking spots that we picked out. Safety is always a concern, so You know, we're renting them right now for like $400 a unit, so it's just, it makes sense to buy.
Sounds sensible. Any questions? Make a motion. Dave, second. Sari, all in favor? Aye. 10.5, Margaret.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is to purchase one Chevy Tahoe to be used by our deputy maintenance manager. We're taking his current vehicle, recycling that down to a different department. So this just buys him an additional vehicle.
Okay, any questions? Seeing none, I'll take a motion to, move that. Kevin, second. Sari, all in favor? Aye. Okay, 10.5, Margaret.
Thank you again. Item 10.5. A few years ago, we were leasing to purchase 4 fuel trucks. Then the last year, we did additional 2 more. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take 2 of our 5,000 gallon trucks and resend them back to the manufacturer and have them rebuilt. It's cheaper. It saves us $37,000 a truck. So in a sense, we'll have 8 good working fuel trucks. This helps maintain our service to the airlines. And with green starting, we just need more fuel trucks in good shape out there.
Any questions? Motion JR, second. Janet, all in favor?
Aye.
10.6, John.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, item 10.6 is, I'm looking for the board's authorization to award amendment number 1 to contract 1153-I. It's the construction inspection services for the pre-TSA terminal expansion with Creighton Manning. The amendment is in the amount of $736,527.12. Get the 12 cents, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, basically, Creighton Manning had people on staff. What they do is they do all the reporting for the DOT $60 million grant. We have DOT required reporting. They do all the material testing. They do all our SWIFT, which is all our stormwater pollution, everything that needs to be filed with DOT to make sure that our cash flow comes in against the grant. They make sure that that gets done, completed for us. We want to continue that to the end of the year to make sure we keep going.
Question.
Yes,
Yeah, Steve.
Why wasn't that a big amount? Why wasn't that included in the originals?
it was, but we're going past where we were originally going to be, so we got to extend this out because of the time frame got extended due to issues that weren't there.
Isn't the work the same?
The work is the same, yes, but they're also they have also jumped in and helped us with a concourse too. But the work is the same, but it's just the time frame is different. So the manpower.
Because they're here.
It's more of Concourse A addition.
The addition of concourse A help, but you know it's just the DOT's reporting. They have a certain requirement for reporting we have to meet, or Margaret doesn't get her refunds, doesn't get her reimbursements for all when we charge out. That's the issue.
What's that?
Pardon?
We don't want that back.
Yeah,
And all this is paid through the grant.
correct. It's all paid back to the grant. DOT as part of their reimbursement is for their time. Yeah.
Any other questions for John? Got to take a motion. Sari, Tom, all in favor?
Aye.
10.7, Chris.
This is a request to the Kelly Road with Aqua Water Technologies. This is in our cargo facility. They've actually, Aqua's been a long time tenant of the airport. So the request is for authorization to lease with the options for new for 2 additional 1-year periods with an annual rate $44,200 to be increased by 3% annually.
Hey, any questions? Take a motion approved. Kevin, second. Sari, all in favor? Okay. 11.1, Matt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. 11.1, looking for the authorization of change order 3 for construction contracts 1127 GC Concourse A relocation to NOW. change order 3 is in the amount of $78,708, making the total contract amount $13,008,764. Essentially made up of a few smaller changes that we've needed. When the blast wall went in, we added additional security fencing to there's a manhole in the southwest corner. By adding the additional security fence, that now manhole is completely accessible from the land side. Right, needs to work. Another portion was the north end of the new concrete apron, the A3 side, tying into the existing pavement. We needed to drill and grout new dowels in to make that connection work. It didn't work. We got in there, so we couldn't keep what was existing. And then on the inside, removing the ceiling, second floor, found out that AHJ decided we needed additional insulation in some areas to bring it up to current code, basically standards now. And then first floor, when we moved the ceiling, it was determined that existing mullet plates on the D line, the column line D, were not shown on the drawing, so additional work needed to be done. In order to do that work to complete that, we also had to remove the existing IT cable tray, which is a lot more expensive, I think, and then put that back. So just kind of led to a trickle. So that's the main components of that change order. We do recommend that we move forward with that.
Okay, questions for Matt? Seeing none, I'll take a motion. And we'll go Kevin this time. All in favor? Yeah. 11.2, John.
Thank you again, Mr. Chairman. 11.2 is board's authorization to award change order number 12 to construction contract 21-1082-GC for the pre-TSA terminal expansion, which is being done by MLB Construction. The change orders in the amount of $98,296. And the change order work involved with that was additional foundation removal in front of the main terminal that was not shown on as-built plans. When they got doing demolition, they found some additional foundations. I don't know if they were leftovers from the original terminal or whatever. Sometimes they bury them. So you have that issue. We had additional shoring work we did around the temporary queuing platform. They narrowed down all the areas, make room for the airlines. We took care of that. We adjusted that. We adjusted the fire cabinets so that people could get to them because the queuing platform got in the way of that. And there was additional insulation needed in the foundations because of the way that they had to be removed. We had to get MLB and their subs to dig it out they over excavate so we get the insulation in, put that back, then backfill it. So it was unanticipated work underground, just due to the fact that nobody knew it was there.
Okay, within the 4%.
Yes, sir.
That contract is how far complete now?
We're probably close to 80, yeah. Probably close to 80.
We're getting down.
We're not gonna hit the 4%.
I knew you weren't.
Totally.
Any other questions for John? Seeing none, take a motion. Steve, Janet, all in favor? Okay, and 11.3, John.
Yeah, last one, Mr. Chairman, I promise. 11.3 is authorization from the board to award change order number 5 for construction contract 21-1082-INT SDR, which is what we commonly call bid pack 4 to MLB. The change order is in the amount of $54,641. And this is for additional mechanical, electrical, and AV work that was done around the sensory rooms, the play areas. We changed some routing. We actually, believe it or not, even though it's a change order, we saved some money rerouting, which will show up later, rerouting some of the electrical to underneath the escalator instead of going up to the second or third floor. The other issue was we ran into some issues with AV problems in the ceiling that TSA had installed some things that were in our way that we had to work to relocate. In between the time of the design and the time of the bid of the project, TSA had added additional AV equipment, cameras and units in the ceiling that we weren't aware of until later on, so that had to get moved. We had to relocate them. That's the crux of this change over here, getting that done.
Any questions for John? Any non-motion? Janet, JR, all in favor? That wraps up the action items. Seeing no authorization for federal and state grants. So at this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to go into executive session to discuss matters involving particular corporations. They are, Sari, all in favor?
Aye.
Straight to.